Welcome to another episode of Harbor Rock Wealth Management's podcast series, Life, Health, and Wealth, where we discuss financially driven topics, health and wellness topics, and meet people that you need to meet and hear their stories. I'm Jimmy Luster. It's Ruben Smith.
Hello.
And I can't believe we finally have in the hot seat a good friend of mine from way back, not too far back. Let's not age ourselves. We'll talk about age. But Heather Mitchell. Welcome, Heather.
Thank you.
Welcome, Heather.
Here. Thank you.
I'm excited for today's show. I'm here to learn as much as I am to engage in a whole new world.
So it's fitting that it's National Wellness Month, I believe, August.
Yes.
And so it's perfect. It's a good time to have you here. And we're discussing a topic, health and wellness for women over 40 and what's specific to them. And I think at a point where we're all either navigating midlife or beyond at this point, what might have served us in our 20s as far as health and wellness probably isn't doing the trick any longer.
That's fair.
I know that's for me, for sure. But we'll get into some of those topics. But first, how do we know each other? We go a little while back.
Yeah.
So I went to high school with Heather, and she's now married to one of my best friends. And I know there's a lot of people that if they end up seeing this somehow, if the algorithm hits them,
it will.
They're going to die. And if we go to our 40 year, which is so
next
I'm
year.
dating us, our 40-year reunion's next year. And if some people,
Yes.
Not 40 years.
30.
30.
Ruben's
Is
like,
it
I'm
30?
keeping you in
Guys.
check.
Our 30 year. It's our 30 year. I was thinking, because I have 40s. We're talking about the 40s.
I know. We're
So
30.
our big reunion's coming up
Yep.
next year. I know there's going to be some people that see this, and if they don't, I want to make sure they do,
They
because
will.
they won't believe it. And actually, so we had a summer school class together with Mr. Cunningham, and I think Mr. Cunningham, by the way, was known as the hardest teacher
Oh, one of those.
He was my volleyball coach at one point.
and and disciplinarian.
Yes.
And I thought he was, I didn't like him. I didn't like him at all until I had him for a teacher. Now, I wasn't in those smart classes that he taught. Lee was in some of those
Yeah,
classes. I was an earth science guy, chem-com. I wasn't quite the chemistry or AP biology or some of the things that your husband and my good friend took.
Right.
But we had the pleasure, I think it was 5 of us.
Yeah.
There was only
It
5
was
of us. I
was a good
failed
group.
geometry.
There's 5 of you in
5 of us
a summer school class. Wow.
You could have made a movie about it. And,
There was a movie. It's called Summer School.
Summer school?
Yeah.
And I got to know Heather a little bit better. We hung out, and that summer
Yeah.
we had a lot of fun getting to know each other. And I think we all became even bigger fans, at least me. I fell in love with this teacher.
Awesome.
I found out he's super cool, and he actually liked me.
Yeah.
And I thought he didn't like me. And I learned that he was a very fair person. He
Yeah.
actually did care.
Yeah.
And he was anyone that can turn me into an A geometry student.
I know.
That
was fun.
I will take it. So Heather's here today, and so talk about your certification in NASM and your 200 hours certified yoga teacher.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So I think you're a great person to have on this show. You are a woman, and you are over 40.
Yep.
And I think you're very well versed and here to give some great advice and educate us. There's 2 things I want to have happen on this show. I want everyone to get a little more educated on this topic.
Yeah.
But specifically, me and Ruben become more empathetic men and husbands. Now, there's going to be...
Sign me up.
You know the signs.
There's going to be some terms like estrogen
Yes.
and progesterone and perimenopause and others that probably nobody wants to hear out of my mouth or another man's, especially a woman watching this show. So we're literally here. On some of these shows, we provide a little bit more advice on our end and expertise. We're a little more well-versed. But here we are not. I'm not a doctor. I'm a man with a wife. So when I was running this by her, too, she said, yeah, I think your approach is spot on.
Perfect.
So, but I'm going to kind of throw it over to you just to maybe
Okay.
introduce yourself, tell a little bit about your story and why you're passionate about this topic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I grew up in a healthy household, so my mom, I feel like, was ahead of her time when it came to nutrition and wellness. I mean, she was taking spirulina before it was ever a thing.
I don't even know what that is.
So I was like, all right.
Spirulina.
Here we go.
Spirulina.
Okay.
Cod liver oil with fresh pressed orange juice every morning. We're like, yeah, I guess so. I'll take some. But my sisters and I played sports. We played volleyball. That was our main thing.
Okay.
And so I just grew up in that type of a household.
Yeah.
But there's also some extreme imbalances where it's like no sugared cereal, no soda, fitness,
Pop-Tarts?
Okay.
no Pop-Tarts, nothing.
So your house wasn't the fun house to go to after school.
Except when she would sometimes be like, all right, I'm just going to get Cheetos and licorice and Dr. Pepper. And
Okay. All right. All right.
all right, we need some balance here. But
Yeah.
it was for the most part, yes.
Yeah.
All health, nutrition,
Okay.
Okay.
fitness. So I've always had subconsciously, she probably implanted that into me, but I've always had a passion for fitness.
Cool.
Yeah.
And it became more evolved after I had kids because I had to find a way to still get my workout in by being a mom and having them young
yeah.
Sure.
and having that mentally,
Yeah.
that mental outlet. So
Yeah.
I started working out from home and doing home workouts.
Does that sound like your house growing up?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I definitely had Pop-Tarts, even chocolate ones sometimes.
In high school I had friends coming by the house just to raid the pantry.
The pantry, yeah.
Even though I wasn't home. They just come by. and
Yours
just
was
say,
the
"Hey."
house to go to.
Yeah. They knew they can get a soda and a bag of chips or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
not my house.
Spirulina.
Yes.
That's all I got to say
I wrote,
about that.
I wrote it down. I wrote it down.
She was on top of it. She still is. Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah, it
That's
was
awesome.
fun. It was good upbringing.
What's NASM again?
National Academy of Sports Medicine. So it's just a certification that you can get. It's online. You can go through it.
Okay.
But fitness certification, and then
you're a CYT.
yeah, and that was through Core Power Yoga. So
Yeah.
that was back in 2009.
Yeah.
that I
I've always
did
known
that.
you to be pretty deep into yoga.
Yes.
Yeah. it's
Yeah.
something
I love
you're
it.
passionate about.
That's my favorite.
So topic number 1 is hormonal changes and menopause. So I think you're going to educate us a little bit more on maybe some of these topics.
Yes.
Perimenopause,
Yes.
menopause.
Yeah.
Take it away, Heather.
So perimenopause usually can happen as early as like 35, and then it really hits in the 40s. And so that's your body's just changing. Some of the symptoms from personal experience I was experiencing was like brain fog, mood swings, sleepless nights, hot flashes, and then also like midsection belly fat. So you just can't shake it.
Why are you looking at me? No, but okay.
Yeah,
So
so
specific
so-
difficulties that start popping up.
yeah, just stuff you're like, what's going on? Everything I'm doing, I'm eating right, I'm working out, but I'm experiencing these symptoms that are really frustrating. Also, you get low libido, which is a thing.
Yeah. Okay.
And so, all the symptoms. And so I just started seeking alternatives, trying to figure what was going on with my body and
Yeah.
approaching it from more of a researching stuff and
Okay.
trying to figure it out and do something natural.
Yeah. So it's perfect. Natural remedies versus non-natural. I mean,
Yes.
And when do you approach those therapies, or
Yeah.
when do you get help?
So I started the natural approach because I like to try and fix something within versus taking something,
I love it.
just something to surface level.
Yeah.
But so I started doing intermittent fasting, which actually helped balance my hormones.
You believe in that?
I
There's a lot of info both ways out there.
Yes.
Some people, nope, doesn't do anything, and
I
some people swear by it.
Yeah, no, I do, and up into a certain age, and I'll get into that.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I started with intermittent fasting, and so I did 16-hour fast. So I would stop eating at 7 p.m., and then I would start eating at 11 a.m., and always start with a protein, like protein, fat, healthy carb, always with each meal
Okay.
to keep your blood sugar balanced so your insulin levels don't spike. And then that worked for a while, and then it didn't work. So what can happen with that is that if you're also in an environment where you're stressed out, I mean, family life, kids, juggling, whatnot, or work,
Yep.
life balance, your cortisol levels will spike. And if you're fasting for too long as a woman and your cortisol levels are spiking, it's just not healthy. So you have hormone imbalance and cortisol levels.
What's cortisol?
Cortisol is just your stress hormone.
Okay. You
So
kind of
it
get
will
stuck in it
cause-
sometimes.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then your body holds on to weight. So it's in like a fight or flight
Interesting.
response.
Yeah.
So then you're not, it's not working for you.
Okay.
At that point, then I researched different doctors, and I didn't go to a traditional doctor. I went to a hormone doctor because a traditional doctor won't test for it. So I got a blood panel and a metabolic panel. So he tested my T3 or T4, your thyroid, and then thyroid stimulating hormone, follicular stimulating hormone, your estradiol, your progesterone, and your testosterone. And that was eye-opening because my levels were so off.
Wow.
And so that's when you're like, okay.
I mean, did you have a feeling?
Yeah, yes, yeah.
I mean, you're like, okay,
Yeah.
that checks.
And my
checks out.
husband was like, "There's something wrong with you."
Oh, I'm not gonna.
Okay.
I'm not gonna throw him under the bus. But okay.
Okay, so I think that's a good example of if you're feeling, we all know our body best.
Yes.
And if something isn't right, you may not have a runny nose or a direct symptom that we would necessarily go to the doctor all the time for, or, but if it's fatigue, low libido, whatever the things you were mentioning earlier, it's okay. Get a panel done,
yes.
and maybe your general doctor isn't necessarily going to give you the right panel.
Yes.
Right?
Correct.
Interesting.
Correct.
Okay.
So I found a doctor that would, which was nice. And then it's an eye opener. I would say everybody's different. Not everyone needs it, but once you're experiencing symptoms that you can't manage anymore, then it's time to visit a doctor to get your blood levels checked. It's a good thing to do. I get it every 3 months now. And so that kind of geared me into hormone replacement therapy.
Interesting. Oh,
Which I've been doing for 3+ years.
okay.
And it's a little pellet.
Okay.
And it looks like a Tic Tac. And it's just inserted every 3 months, either left side or right side.
Inserted.
Just a doctor inserts it into my skin.
Okay.
And then it absorbs into my body.
Interesting.
Is this common?
I feel like it is more common now because it's women aren't as vulnerable, and it's becoming more of a topic. It's a buzz topic because all these women are experiencing perimenopause. It's over 1 billion women are in perimenopause in 2025.
That's insane.
So if we go back 20 years, is this even discussion? Is this even
No.
mainstream 20 years ago?
No.
It seems like, and I hope she's okay with me saying it, but this perimenopause has been thrown around my house of late
Yeah.
quite a bit. And so I'm encouraging my wife, okay, go to the doctor. But I'm not 100% convinced based off my own personal experiences with my own health, but that she's necessarily going to get customized treatment, if that makes sense, or a
Yes.
customized game plan. So,
Yes.
Okay.
There's a good link I'll give you guys that if you search by your area, it will come up with doctors who are specific to this. So not your mainstream PCP.
That would be helpful.
Yeah, which is nice. And my sister, I spoke to my sister. She lives in Seattle. I was like, you have to go get your blood work done because she was experiencing the same symptoms.
Yeah.
And so she found someone in Seattle, and she's on hormone replacement therapy, and it's like night and day.
Wow.
So it was not spoken about, or if it was spoken about, it's because it was associated with pre-cancer, or it would lead to cancer or other symptoms. That's not the case.
Now, I hate to be just blind to all this, but I am. And what were women doing 20 years ago? Just white knuckling it and getting through it, and that was life. That's just part of being a.
Or they couldn't talk about it.
Weren't talking about it.
Yeah, they're like, "Ugh,
doctors weren't educating women about it.
Interesting.
There was no education about it. Or you would take a prescription pill, and then you would have side effects where you would really balloon up and be inflamed.
But would that prescription be, do you think, to mask the symptoms that your body's naturally
Like some sort of anti-anxiety
Taking
drug
off.
or something?
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is like,
Or see a psychologist, or maybe
Yes,
it's in
or
your
you're
head.
crazy.
Maybe it's in your head.
yes. Because my mom went through it, and she didn't have any assistance going through it. Luckily, it wasn't too bad, but
right?
I could tell when she was going through it.
Yeah.
And so that would so perimenopause, and then menopause hits when you don't have a period for a year,
Right.
and then you're in postmenopause. So
Got it.
flashes subside.
Okay.
all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
I need a sip of water.
Did you see me a minute ago?
The hormone panel is the biggest eye opener.
Okay, so
Blood work.
I feel like we've kicked off on a good topic, and I think everything else is going to spider out from here.
Yeah.
It seems like a good main topic, and then moving into how do we keep our bodies, and when I say we, women over 40 specifically. My wife included, and so Jill is a gym rat.
Yes.
She lifts weights. She moves heavy weight. She loves it. It's not for everybody. You can get hurt if you're not doing
Yeah.
it right. I know there's pitfalls and dangers in anything exercise, athletic. You really need to subscribe to a professional, learn how to do the movements right. But I want you to talk to us a little bit more about how women over 40 should approach fitness and exercise, not get intimidated,
Right.
especially by, I hear this comment a lot. Women think they're going to get too buff by weightlifting or strength training. They associate strength training with getting too muscular
Yeah.
and things of that nature. What do you think about all that?
Totally opposed to that. I'm for strength training. I don't think you get bigger with muscle with weights.
Right.
I feel like you need that, especially when you're hitting perimenopause, because you can lose up to 30% muscle mass when you hit that. And then as you get older, you lose that muscle. And muscle burns fat 3 times more. So you want to have long, lean muscle. You get that with weights. You
Okay.
should strength train 3 to 5 times a week.
Okay. What about cardio? Where do you mix in strength training, cardio,
a good question.
stretching? Do you need to do it all?
You do need mobility for sure. That's like you need flexibility, especially as you age.
We hear
Wanna
that
be
from
chasing
our
your grandchildren, right?
totally.
Oh, man,
And
grandchildren.
on that topic, we get that feedback a lot from, we all have parents too.
Yes.
But we get that feedback a lot. A lot of our clients are in the retiree age, and a lot of it is chasing around grandkids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they say, keep moving. You always hear, got to keep moving, got to keep moving, got to go for even my walks and
Yeah.
things. And I'm not as active in the gym, but I keep walking. Now I'm doing cycling. Now I'm part of a walking group, or
Yeah.
so they can travel
Yes.
also and travel the way they want to. They got to keep moving. And
Yes.
so, yeah,
you need to move 3 to 5 times, or I would say 2 to 3 times a week for strength training, 2 to 3 times a week for a cardio, and that could be walking. I like to do a weighted vest. It's a thing, but you have to make sure your vest isn't too heavy. So I have
Okay.
an 8-pound. My
Okay.
girlfriend had a 15-pound. And
Sounds heavy.
We were on a walk, and she's going up this hill. She's like, she's in great shape. She's like, I have to stop. I'm like, what is your pound vest you have on? I put it on. I'm like, she's like, 15?
Dude, what in the
No.
world? Yeah.
No, this is too much. It's going to hurt your back.
Yeah.
So definitely, but you have to be careful with cardio. I like running. I like going to a spin class every once in a while, but I was doing it too much. And then I was also not getting enough sleep. So, 6 hours of sleep, thinking I have to wake up for a 5:45 spin class
Yeah.
to get my exercise
Yeah.
in so I can get everything else done during the day. And that's actually worse for me because I'm losing sleep. I'm working on 5 hours of sleep, and I'm going to a class that's spiking my cortisol level.
You're like
really high.
chasing the wheel.
Yes.
You're just in this bad circle.
Yeah, so it would have been better for me to get my 7 hours of sleep and do like 20-minute quick hit workout or a walk, weighted vest walk.
Yeah,
Or a
'cause
strength training workout.
Let's say you're a high-level athlete in your teens and 20s, right? And most of us that even were a high-level athlete didn't get to realize the dream of being a professional and
Yeah.
making that your career. But your expectations are still there that you should be able to walk in and bench press this or squat this or run a mile at this time or all these things. What's your advice for setting a better expectation of results? Like what should the expectation be moving into your past your 40s into your 50s, and you got to be
Just
kind to
start.
yourself
You
and have a
to be
better
kind.
expectation.
Yeah,
Like
but just start. Like honestly, I have 20-minute home workouts because it helps. It just starts.
Yeah.
And if you need to get in, 20 minutes or small workout, bite-sized workout, once you start the workout, because you also have excuses or like, oh my God, I don't want to work out or I can't. And once you get into it, the first 3 minutes, you're like, oh, I feel so good. You just continue on. So it's just
Getting started
Just getting
over and
started.
over and over is the hardest thing.
Oh, it's the worst.
yes.
It is-
Well, so you
it's so
should
hard.
for workouts. You kind of have every 3 to 4 months you should switch up your workout because it could get stagnant, and then you don't want to work out or
That's
do the
good.
same thing.
I've been
That
burned.
makes sense.
I've been burned out like that. I know personally,
Yeah.
for sure. And then all of a sudden you're like, when's the last time I was in the garage?
Yeah.
You know, or whatever your
So
thing
change
is.
it up every 3 months, 3 to 4 months. Change it up. Do something different.
Smart.
Yeah.
How are we supposed to eat? Or how are women over 40 supposed to eat? You can tell me how I should
I
eat. too.
told you earlier.
Well, it's, I know. Well,
Jimmy diet's not working out.
hey, I'm into beer bath hydrotherapy too. It's the shortest bath I ever took in my life. There was nothing left. I was just sitting there in an empty tub. You know, we'll talk about that later. Okay, nutrition
Yes.
for aging well.
Yes.
Do you have any specific little hot points or advice on how to approach that? Because we could do 3-4 shows just on that. I mean, there's so
Yeah.
many options out there. What's healthy? Do I go organic? Am I eating enough? Am I not? How much protein do I need? All
That's
these
a
things.
hot topic.
Okay, so let's dive
Protein.
take it away. Yeah.
Yeah, so protein is a hot topic right now with women. I feel like a lot of articles I've read, it's 100 to 130 grams of protein a day. So, which is a lot, but it's easy to get in protein. So you have protein in chia seeds and hemp seeds and almond butter and collagen, which is simple.
It's not just it's not just a steak.
No, it's just not like, yes.
Eggs.
And then different, obviously your protein, your tuna, your chicken, your ground meat. I was saying to you, abs are made in the kitchen. So if your nutrition isn't dialed in, your workout.
Your abs are made in the kitchen.
Yes.
But like I told you, I have abs. I swear. There's just a layer of joy
Joy.
at 46, almost
Yes.
47.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit of joy.
So if your nutrition isn't dialed in, then your whole workout, you're like, well, that just, it's out the door.
That makes sense. It makes
Right?
sense.
Yeah.
80-20.
yeah. So tell me that, like, how?
80-20. 80 good, focus, 20,
Okay.
whatever.
20 Cheetos like
Yeah.
like your mom, right?
Gosh,
Yeah,
I don't know,
1,
she would
2,
switch it
3. That's
sometimes.
enough.
But balance. But also, I would say if your your nutrition is balanced, so you're eating food that's keeping your insulin levels at bay. So oftentimes you get a pasta dinner
Yep.
and you want to crash,
Yep.
or so
Yeah.
you're too much carbs,
Food coma is real.
not a lot of protein and good fat and good carb in that meal.
Yeah.
So you don't want to crash. So that was like your insulin level just spiked and then it dropped.
Right.
Same with sugar. So eliminating sugar,
Yep.
I feel like that's like a drug to our body.
Totally. It
And
seems like it's in
then-
everything too. I mean,
Yeah, it is.
Just
It
like-
is.
it has like 90 different names. It's not
Yes.
just sugar, right?
There's so much
Any
processed
any
food.
not Carlos,
Sucralose.
sucralose, or yeah, all these different.
Anything you can't pronounce on the back of a food ingredient list, you shouldn't eat.
Yeah.
But it's hard not to, because
Well, anymore it's everywhere, right?
Fast-paced, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
Okay.
my body does better with 3 meals. I used to snack. I don't like snacking.
Used to graze and
Yeah. And it does better with 3 meals is because I give my body time to digest the food. So your body's not constantly working in overdrive.
Let me ask you something. Is there, with your experience with this, have you found that there's a one size fits most approach to this? Because I think that we're all different.
Yes.
Our bodies are built differently. We can
Good point.
handle certain parts of the diet, like maybe 75 max on the protein grams, or whatever. Or I can't do any gluten, and some people have certain sensitivities to certain foods. But you mentioned 3 meals a day, so is 3 meals? I think that sounds pretty standard. I think everyone would check that box. Yep, sounds good.
right. 3 meals. Oh, yep. And should I eat the food pyramid too?
But
That learned
I
in
guess
one
what I'm
second.
getting at is I don't think people should necessarily beat themselves up if they're 2 meals with some grazing, as long as the grazing's healthy.
Yes.
or it's on track to that 80-20 split like you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I find myself still grazing sometimes. Yeah, but it's like normal, but it's not one size fits all approach. And that's what you have these diets, especially, some that cater to women, where you like intermittent fasting
Yeah.
or ketogenic diet or
Or the Mediterranean diet, or the
Yes.
South Beach thing that came around. Like all
Yeah,
these diets. you know,
Yeah.
like-
And I feel like when you are in that mindset of I can't have this, your body craves it more. And you want it.
Yeah. You tell me
you're
something
like,
I can't have? Oh,
yes.
it's at the forefront
that-
of my mind.
So is it considered grazing when I heat up a chimichanga at 10 o'clock at night? And I try to time Jill's in bed, and I try to time the beat on the microwave I try to pull the door as soon as it goes off so she doesn't hear
And
it.
you cough at the same time?
Yeah, I'm all. And then she's all, "That smells good. Can you make me one?" That's awesome. That's crazy. That's grazing. Oh man,
Grazing right there.
I knew this was.
That's a little bit more than grazing. That's not like going to the cupboard and grabbing a
Those are
trail
the good
mix.
ones too. The Jose Ole, like chicken.
Yes, those are.
Not the Tinas.
Oh my god.
Tinas are.
We just went chimichanga.
Anyway, one thing I wanted to ask you: are there any specific minerals or vitamins that you think are specifically important to women over 40?
Yes, one's collagen. I
Okay.
do it every morning in my coffee. It's dissolvable collagen. It's instant 12 grams of protein.
Yep.
Which I feel better when I wake up and have protein within 30 minutes. And I wasn't doing that, but my body responds to it better. So I still do intermittent fasting. It's just 12 hours.
Gotcha.
So it's just 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. or whatever.
And collagen helps the joints too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hair, nails, joints.
That's right.
Yeah. Magnesium.
I hear that thrown around all the time now.
Yeah.
It's funny when I've taken a multi over the years here and there, but it's interesting when you look at the back of your multi, and you're like, well, looks good. There's like a billion things on there.
Right.
I'm assuming I'm getting what I need. You don't necessarily. They're not all made equal, right?
No, and they're all
And I do a ton of
third-party
research and
tested and
This one says that this one's has sawdust in it or something. Or this
Yes.
one, yeah. like-
yeah, no, seriously.
No, seriously. And then I'm all, well, I read on one website this was like the highest rated one, and it's expensive, so it must be good. And the packaging looks neat.
Yeah.
Obviously try not to go that
you
surface
gotta-
level, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
You gotta be
there's
careful.
so
with
many
supplements.
options out
There's
there.
So many. Oh my gosh. And then my Instagram feed will just like feed me all of the
Yeah.
stuff on the algorithm. But you gotta be careful of how they're manufactured.
I heard we have
What
like
makes them-
vitamin D deficiencies. That's a big one.
I have given my kids vitamin D since they were babies. Liquid vitamin D. It really helps for cardiovascular health.
And
overall.
the omega fats.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah.
These are just some that I've seen
Which
thrown
you can
around
get
lately.
from chia seeds and hemp seeds, and you can get that because, yes, our food is not processed the same, so you don't get the same vitamins and minerals that our parents or generations before us did.
Before we leave nutrition, I know
Yes.
that I've heard this from you before, and what are the top fruits and vegetables that need to be bought organic, and the ones that don't? And I'm not like putting you on the spot to remember
Yeah.
all of them, but what are some main ones because not everything needs to be bought organic, right?
No,
It's not as important.
No, it's not as important.
What
I'll
would
give
you
a
say to
list.
her?
I would say your lettuce, definitely all your lettuce, and try not to do. Now it kind of grosses me out. Packaged, I love Trader Joe's.
Oh, like bagged salads.
salads.
I love. They're so
I
easy.
know.
So easy.
They're
I
so
know
easy.
they're so easy, but they've sat in that plastic for so long.
And when
But
they
it's
say,
breathable.
and when
right?
and when they say washed and ready to go.
You're like, you go wash that again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
What else? Don't look
Your
at me.
fruits,
Back
apples,
to bowl.
strawberries.
You're the host, man.
Don't look at me.
I'm enjoying this.
I'm just bringing up these things.
I could just see Jimmy eating, just pouring everything in the bag and just eating it right
Just
out
like,
of the
this
bag.
is fine.
Well, how,
And then with a chimichanga next to it.
Ruben used to find me. I'd go to Ralph's to the salad bar and bring back a whole box of like cauliflower,
Yes.
carrots, broccoli with nothing, like really not much on it. And he's like, were like, "Damn, Jimmy, that's awesome. You're crazy." And then he's all,
And then the microwave went off.
and then my chimichanga would be there.
There it is.
I'm
That's
balancing.
literally one of
It's
the
all
first
about-
meals I ever saw him
balance.
eat.
It's all
It's
about
your 80/20.
balance. It's all about balance. Okay, so continue. What
So your
else?
berries, your strawberries, your blueberries, blackberries. Your bananas, you're fine. The avocados, they're so expensive.
That should be organic.
Yeah.
Is there like a rule of thumb? Like
There's a
things
list.
out of the ground, things out of the ground need to, or things on a tree don't, or like.
There's a list.
Okay.
I could send you the
Okay.
list too.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
to let people
But
know
it's-
out there,
well, it's
not everything
crazy,
has to
though.
be organic.
No, but it's crazy because I grew a garden for a little bit with the kids, and we grew carrots.
Sure.
And they come out like little witches' fingers.
Mm-hmm.
And
Girl,
they're
that's
organic.
the size they're supposed to be. Like,
Yes, you're like, this is what I should be eating.
That was
Or
a
this
lot
is
of
what
work
their
for this little
organic
thing.
is. It is. And then
Yeah.
you go to the grocery store and it's advertised as organic carrots, and you're like, those are not organic. They're all perfect.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so you got to be careful
yeah.
of what you consume. Farmers market's always a great
I was
spot.
going to say farmer's market.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's always a good place to go.
Let's move on to one of my favorite pastimes, sleep and recovery.
Yes.
And you know what though? It's kind of not really a joke. So as I age, I find myself really enjoying my sleep. It means so much to me, getting into bed, getting some rest, and mostly long gone are those late nights. Now we shift into the bedroom area at like
Yeah.
9:30 if we can. I know some people have kids, some other activities that they're not as lucky to always get to do that, but why, and maybe even for women specifically with the hormonal piece, the
Yes.
challenge, why is sleep so much more difficult to get through the night, and why is it so important past 40?
So when I was experiencing sleep interruption, it was because obviously my hormone levels were off. I take progesterone 2 weeks before I start my cycle. That is an indicator. If you're asleep or waking up in between 2 and 3 in the morning, your progesterone levels are off. And that was happening for me. So that puts you in a deep REM sleep. So you're really getting sleep. It's not surface sleep. where,
Yeah.
Like your brain is turned on, your eyes are closed.
Yeah,
You think you're sleeping, but you're not.
and you're tossing and turning,
Yes.
and
And
just because the lights are out and you have the covers over you
Yeah.
doesn't mean you're really resting.
alcohol was actually an indicator with my sleep interruption. So wine, women love wine, but I would pop up at 2, 3 in the morning because of the sugar in the wine.
Does it affect everyone like that? Is it
affects
just
a
that's the
lot.
way it happens?
When I talk about it with my friends, it's like across the board affects everyone like that.
They're all, yep.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But how many times do people just wake up in the middle of the night and, and maybe it happens a lot, but they just go on with their day. And that's just how I sleep. I don't sleep very well, and they don't inquire. They don't go
Like
out.
I'm getting by.
They don't. Yeah, they just. I mean, I know this has nothing to do with male health, but I am absolutely guilty of that. Maybe a lot of males are, because just deal with it.
Yeah.
You just kind of.
So like, when do you get help? When do you
Well,
when do you say,
that's-
okay,
Yeah.
I need
I
help?
feel like
Totally.
you're
need help.
probably deficient in a mineral.
Oh, I know I am.
Yeah.
Actually, I just had a whole. I just signed up for something. This is great timing. I signed up for something over the weekend where they're gonna do, because I have an autoimmune issue.
Okay.
And I'm trying to go about it with what my intake is and solve for inflammation that way, and start ruling things out versus just give me a blanket medication and
Yeah.
just kind of mask the symptoms. So yeah, I signed up with this program, and I completely spaced on the name of it, but they're gonna test 100 different parts of, or things, I guess, within my blood and deficiencies and all this stuff. So
That's awesome.
yeah, and I'm gonna get all this information back, and then I'm gonna give it to Jimmy, because Jimmy knows how to read this stuff.
I like.
And then no, but
like looking
I'm
at the
at the point where I need help. I have vision issues. That's what happens with my autoimmune. And I was woke up on Saturday and just cannot see out of my left eye. It's completely just blurry, and it's a mess. So I think I'm done waiting for this thing to come back. But I'm going in
good
and
for you.
looking outside as opposed to going to the doctor, so
Yeah.
that they can increase this drug that I hate being on. Right.
Yes.
Um,
Which you don't always, I mean, that's the thing, is like doctors are so quick to prescribe a drug to mask it.
Right.
And I always say, be an advocate for your own health, because
Well,
you
yeah.
can fix it
Yeah.
internally.
Exactly. So yeah, and I think it all starts with what our intake is. So, and we're all not created equal, like I was saying. So maybe what works for you or works for other people doesn't necessarily work for someone trying this out for the first time too. So
Yeah.
a little bit of trial and error, but it seems like it all
Yes.
comes back to that blood work, which
Yes.
I'm getting ready to take my panels here in a couple weeks or this week.
I can't wait. I can't
And
wait.
sometimes I did an elimination diet, so certain foods
That's
you react to and they inflame me. So I can't do almonds.
okay.
They just don't sit well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was never an issue. Just as I get older.
Yeah.
But,
I've chalked it up to I know when I'm not eating, it's typically unhealthy, right? Lots of
Yeah.
cheeses, maybe
Yeah.
some saturated fats or something with whatever. But and then I feel the inflammation, but I'm at least in tune with my body to know when it's happening. So
Good.
I guess I'll check that out off as a minor victory.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a process of elimination,
Yeah.
right? And I think it'll help to know where I'm deficient too. Start adding those back in.
you'll feel better.
Yeah.
Definitely feel better. Better sleep quality.
That's the plan. That's the plan.
Good.
This is a great topic: mental health and emotional resilience. I think we all could use some help there, and it feels like when I started just diving into this topic a little bit more, I definitely don't know what are unique to women in this area, but I started seeing managing anxiety, depression, midlife stress. That can obviously, depending on what your family looks like and what your activities look like, it's going to look a little different for
Yeah.
everybody. Like what you're dealing with. But I thought an interesting one, and I thought of our clients in this: empty nesters, identity crisis is a real thing. You know, we talk about a lot of our clients, their entire social platform and their purpose and their love and passion was in the workplace. And they were lucky enough to be in love with what they were doing and passionate about it. And then a lot of them don't want to stop working. And they have a fear of like, who am I
That was my
beyond
dad.
this? Who am I beyond this? And that talk about massive anxiety. And then you add on top of that some unresolved trauma that you've been carrying around in your life. Maybe you lost a parent, maybe a child, another loved one, or a divorce. On top of retiring and moving away from that, what an important time to address that and to make sure the next 20, 30 years are the best, most peaceful, balanced, fulfilled parts of your life that it should be.
Yeah.
And so when I saw that part about unresolved trauma, continuing to spike cortisol, you're not getting sleep, your wheel's spinning faster, time feels like it's moving faster, you don't know who you are anymore. Is there anything, do you think I guess the question is for women specifically, being mom, being a business owner, and addressing those things, is there anything specific to women that you'd have at being a woman?
Yeah.
You
No,
know,
I've experienced
in
it.
that, and how they should approach it.
Yeah. I've experienced it.
Yeah.
And I feel like as women, you can take on so much. You multitask and you say yes.
Or you're
and
expected to.
Go. Yes, and you're expected to, and you do it until you can't do anymore. And it just
Right.
is too much.
Right.
And it's overwhelming and you're stressed out. And it's happened. Or my husband's like, oh my God.
Oh yeah.
What's happening?
Sure.
But it's putting up boundaries. I've learned to put up boundaries. So I didn't have any boundaries for certain people in my family,
Sure.
for my life. And it's just being okay with saying no. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say, no, I can't attend this.
Yep.
Thank you for thinking of me. I can't attend it. And having a mental wellness day or doing something for yourself, because it is easy to say yes and do it and try to do it all.
Overcommit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably that's a hard one.
It's hard.
That's
And
hard to say no.
It is hard to say no because I love saying yes. I'm like, yes, I want to be there. Yes, I want to do
Yeah,
that.
and
yes.
you
then
might
I was
really
like,
have the intentions you want to be
yes,
there.
I do. And then it gets too much.
Mm.
And then I'm not myself. And then I'm not serving my family like I should be serving them.
Yeah.
I'm not like the best mom or the best wife. I don't want to be like that.
So maybe
just
simplify
simple
your
boundaries.
priorities.
Yeah.
Be the best version in those, and then, hey, if I can get there, I can get there. I'd love to be with you, or take that trip or that lunch
Yeah.
or
Just like setting like 3 priorities. Like if it overtakes my family, then no, I'm not going to do that. If it overtakes my wellness, no, I'm not going to do that.
yeah.
Boundaries are hard.
It
Like
is
the
hard.
older I get, the like more firm I am on my boundaries.
Yeah, we kind of talk about that sometimes. You're taking care of yourself. Like that doesn't always just mean getting a massage.
No.
You know,
No, just like
it's like
Going
look in
on
the
a
mirror and say,
walk.
"It's not your fault. It's not your fault." Seriously, you're great.
you're
Like,
amazing.
seriously, what do you think about that?
I think for the first time in my life, well, 5 years ago, I went through a major change. I'm an alcoholic and I've been in recovery since. But for the first time in my life, starting 5 years ago, I put myself as a priority, even above my kids and my wife and my profession. And I can say it's a very, it sounds like you're risking a lot of things. Like you can risk friendships, you can risk careers, family, whatever. But the reality is at least it's been my experience that the better I am as far as where I'm at in self love and self appreciation, the better I'm going to be for others.
Yes.
And that so we got to start here, and it goes back to this old cliche: can't love anybody else until you love yourself. It's like,
Right.
oh, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I that makes no sense.
Yeah.
But that's my own subconscious blocker putting that up because I don't want to be vulnerable. I
Yeah.
mean, there's a whole nother
Yeah, yeah.
conversation there. But yeah, no, I completely agree. And boundaries are, especially starting at age 40, starting to put up boundaries in your life can come across as being rude, as disrespectful. Thankfully, I have a very understanding, loving wife, and so she helped our family transition through that and gave me all the space I needed. But it's still different. You know, it's still a change for some other relationships, and it took a while
Yeah.
for those boundaries to be respected.
Yeah. Yeah,
So.
because you're being selfish. Or others will see it as being selfish.
Yeah.
Which is okay to be selfish. Because it's your own mental health,
Right.
right?
Yeah,
So you're going through.
Exactly. And I chalked it up as I was I was doing things that I thought would bring me health, lifestyle, right? That I was supposed to want, and
Yeah.
I was trying to check all these boxes that that I felt from a society standpoint would give me success or get me to where I was accepted, right? And what I found is the more I kept doing these things and going down, following other objectives, not what I actually wanted, the further I got away from all of that. So, you know, it's a hard thing to do. You know, for me, I never felt like I was worthy enough to go in and I guess give myself credit to say what I wanted. You know?
Yeah.
Because
No.
it was scary.
Yeah.
You know,
I've had that.
and I
feeling.
think I'm not gonna. I think I see it firsthand now that I've been through this and been in recovery for 5 years, and I know what works for me. I think I see it a lot in the social setting where you just see people that almost feel like they're so busy for what reason I don't know, and it kind of makes me feel like, wait a minute, why am I not that busy? Oh
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah.
I don't need to. It's funny, I see that right now with a group of women.
Sure,
Where
sure.
you're just keeping up with
It's like,
them.
what are you?
And it's,
You ever heard the phrase "the issue's not the issue"? Right? It's like wait, you keep piling up your calendar for what?
right. Just to
Because
check
you're not
off.
addressing something else. There's like go back in and really hunker down in there and figure out what's going on.
Yes.
Talk about past traumas. Right?
Yes. It's because I've had past trauma.
Sure.
And so you're just filling that void.
Yep.
Feeling that feeling. And doing whatever you can to not feel the emotion.
we can go way deep. This is
Yeah.
getting into my level. So
This is Ruben's
I'm a
world.
big fan of the subconscious and understanding the subconscious and how it drives 90% of our behavior.
Have you read The Power of Your Subconscious Mind?
I have
Sounds
not.
like a Jake book.
No.
It was a good book. I read it a while ago.
But my recovery program wasn't through a 12-step program. It was through more ACA, adult children of alcoholics. It's more that approach where they start not necessarily focusing on the act itself, but what's driving the act. So it's kind of yeah.
Reverse.
yeah. So yeah, once I went through that and started understanding that it wasn't, I was able to remove that stigma of being an alcoholic and all that stuff. It's like,
Yes.
oh my gosh, this is starting to open up more capacity for me to understand how we operate. So
Back the layers. That's
way off
good.
topic.
No,
I
good.
apologize.
No, but
No.
I like that.
I
It's
think-
important
Yeah,
because it circles back to your mental wellness. Right?
totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
And what you're doing for yourself and keeping yourself healthy.
I think that applies to all.
I think we, especially with our loved ones, we see them on, outside of the social limelight, and we see them on a nightly basis or daily basis, and we can see moments in their lives when it's, man, I don't know how to fix it, and especially with our wives in their 40s,
Yeah.
throwing out words like
Don't do it.
perimenopause and
HRT.
spirulina.
cortisol,
HR what? Yeah.
Well, yeah. Oh man.
and pellets and whatnot.
I guess what I'm getting at is I want to be supportive. I also want to know when I need to take a back seat.
Yeah.
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 And just
Yes.
nod the head.
Because like you said, we can't fix it all.
Can't fix
Guys
it.
always in a
Yeah.
total place of love. I want to fix things. And not that it's broken. I want to repair.
Yes, but then yes, absolutely, and that's a
I want to
great
help.
place
I want to
be.
help.
Yes, come from.
Yes. Yeah.
Because as a woman, you're just when you're going through the symptoms, you don't know what's happening,
Yeah.
and you're up and down.
Okay. And where does someone go? Let's say they're listening to this and say, yes, this absolutely.
Yeah. This is me. I need help.
Where do I go from here?
I would get your blood panel done, your metabolic, your hormonal panel done.
So what type of doctor can they go to get that?
I'll give you guys a link that
Okay.
will give
Okay.
you a plethora of doctors that you can find within your area. So you
Great.
just type in your zip code, and it will give you doctors who are focused on
Yep.
Perfect.
hormone. Because, like I said, your primary care. I went to my OB, and he was going to put me on birth control. I was like, I'm in my 40s, and then you have like option to maybe have
Yeah.
uterine cancer. No, I'm not.
They're
going
going
to
to give you a drug that kind of will also solve this, will solve this. It's
Yeah.
like, come on.
Yep.
No. So, I'll send you that link so your subscribers can click on that.
It's like a real show. Check the link. Look for the link in the
And I'm not
comments.
affiliated with
You
any
mi-
of this.
You might have
It's
seen
just
me
a resource.
and you can find additional information at. Okay.
But yeah, I think it's more common to find a doctor who's focused on that, an integrative doctor.
Yeah, I think it's becoming more. I think it's becoming more and more common, like you said. And I also think this is my last little deep thought
Sure.
of this show, and then I'll let you guys do your thing. Is I think we're all collectively part of a bigger evolution of identifying what's going on in our body, what we're consuming, and not just kind of going through day to day and just this is. I'm going to eat this processed food and I'm going to do this. And I'm like, no, I think we're part of a larger collective here.
I agree.
And I'm excited.
I am too. Well, side note, have you ever read the book Outlive?
Gosh,
By
I need to
Dr.
start reading
Peter
more.
Attia.
Outlive.
Outlive by Dr. Peter Attia, Attia. He speaks to that. He was degenerative disease doctor, and he was always frustrated by receiving patients who are at the end of life with cancer or whatnot.
Gotcha.
So he goes back into trying to figure out how we can prevent people from getting to that point.
Sure.
And different resources, biohacking, food.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great book. I highly recommend that
Well, if you
one.
think about it, aren't we the most expensive, let's say, commodity we have is our own life? Like you go out and buy a nice car. Do you think you're gonna get the oil changed? You're gonna do these things to it? Yeah. I mean, I think you got to go out and be really proactive. Maybe that's what's missing.
Yes.
You know, the
Yeah.
drive to be proactive with our own health.
Yeah. No excuses.
Here
No,
it is.
yeah.
Don't wait for your left eye to go wonky.
Yeah.
I'm joking. Awesome.
No,
Okay.
but no excuses, y'all.
That's all I got. man.
I'm processing all that.
Oh, you're processing.
Don't mistake silence for ignorance or not processing. Redefining beauty and aging.
Yes.
I think this is an interesting one. So we had mentioned this to a couple other people on we were going to be doing this show, and they were like, "Oh, that's a big one. I could see my wife, you know, wanting to address that or is addressing that in their mid 40s and beyond." And it seems like go back to like I just think of the show like Mad Men.
Oh, yeah.
I go back and look at women portrayed in that time. They were very much expected to look a certain way or present themselves in a certain way and talk about, you know, trying to remain timeless and young looking so I saw this topic. It seems that more and more, I mean, especially where we live, it seems like there's less makeup being worn. That I don't know, maybe that's a coastal thing. Like people are tan, natural. Maybe that's people all say there's so many beautiful people. This is the land of beautiful people.
Yes.
Right, Southern
Yeah.
California.
Yeah.
People fitness and nutrition and health conscious more so than other places. But what do you think about how important is that to have the right expectations and be kind to yourself as you're aging? This is not just a women thing. I think it's more so highlighted. I think like the spa treatments or cosmetic treatments and things of that nature are aimed at women than men.
Yeah.
Men have their whole other category. I
Yeah.
mean, they're not left out. I mean, that's a huge industry as well. But I think I see like Jill says all the time, she's like, see, you get a gray beard and some gray hair, it looks handsome. You know,
Yeah.
you're aging, you know, that looks good on you. And I'm like, well, says you. You know, she's like, says society. You know, or the most interesting man in the world. Have you seen that guy? He has a billion wrinkles on his face. You slap a bow tie on him and have him holding a cigar, and he's the most interesting man in the world. He's handsome, you know. But it seems like women are behind the eight ball on that. You know, they get more wrinkles. That's not looked at as beautiful or
Yeah.
by society. So,
Aesthetics.
what is your advice for aging, or how has beauty been redefined, so to say? Is there more? Are there more like these, like cold plunge and
Yeah,
red
no,
light
I think
therapy?
there's a lot of
and-
natural great
Yeah.
therapies that you can use.
What do you think about all that?
And nutrition too. I mean,
Cosmetics
yeah,
and-
you have a lot. I mean, you're in Orange County, so you have lots of aesthetics happening and people looking the same. And I
Sure.
don't know.
I mean, how far Botox? How much is too much? You know, like.
Well, then you get
And who can
filler,
tell you
and
it's
then
too-
everyone's just like,
Is it good to an extent? Can it help you? I mean, yeah.
I don't know.
I have
I
have
don't know
my
what the
own
long-term
thoughts,
effects are.
but
Yeah, I don't think it looks.
this isn't
great.
about me, what I think. You know, this
Yeah,
is
I think
from a
natural
woman's
beauty's
eyes.
pretty. Yeah, no, I think natural beauty is pretty. And being in California, Southern California, you do have the sun. You have the natural beauty of being around on the coastline. But you can use different biohacking techniques like red light therapy and cold plunge, which cold plunge is great.
Is it good?
Yeah, it does shock your body, but at certain times for women.
Like
So
you
if
see
you're gonna
every
do
influencer on Instagram jumping into a pool of ice, like, and then
I mean,
I read it's garbage. Like it doesn't do anything.
it's
Like,
great for your body, but so is going to the ocean
Okay.
at like 60-degree
Totally.
water, right? I mean,
You don't need the extreme shock.
I don't need that.
no. You can in the morning. Not right now.
I don't need the
it's nice
stainless
and
steel
warm.
trough sitting on my deck full of ice and stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, it does shock your body, but as a woman, if you're doing it and your cortisol levels are spiked, it's going to spike them even more. So, and if you're doing it before your cycle, it's not the best time. because of hormonal imbalance. So it's best to do it, at the first phases at the beginning of your cycle. But as far as the red light therapy, I think that's really effective.
Like the infrared sauna. I've seen that one.
Yeah, I like that. It helps with the inflammation. It really helps. I mean, you're starting to see fitness classes do infrared fitness class. So the whole
Really?
studio's
Interesting.
infrared. Like
Wow.
a hot yoga class, infrared hot yoga class. It's more up in Malibu area,
Okay.
which is fun.
All right.
Like, that'd be fun to go to. But I think it is nice to have natural beauty. I mean, there's ways that you can achieve that by
Yeah, aging
wellness.
gracefully.
Yes.
Aging
Yeah.
gracefully.
Understanding your body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Women can do facials, microneedling, seeing a dermatologist, but you don't need to inject yourself with all the stuff. Not all the time.
Is like a skincare regimen different when you're younger versus older? I mean, is there
Oh, yeah.
is there things that
Oh yeah, as you get older, like yes, you get, your skin starts to sag, you get some
Yeah.
wrinkles. So there's alternative serums and whatnot that you can use
you feel,
to help.
I got nothing,
are you,
man.
are you feeling like you're getting educated? Like
Facials, serums, you could use all that. Yes, your skin changes. You lose the hydration and the collagen. You lose collagen. That's why I like collagen.
But there's I think
Yeah.
there's also natural ways to go about this as opposed to lining up for the Botox or getting on a
Yeah.
regular routine of
yeah.
It's also like having moments of yoga or of stillness. It all comes from within. So I was telling Jimmy earlier, I was like, I could tell someone who's used alcohol and drugs their entire life because they look 20 years older.
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's what you're putting in your body.
Yeah.
And you can come from a mindset of, I get to have these fruits and vegetables. I don't really want these Cheetos or this processed food.
Yeah.
Like, I get to have this, and I want that. It's not like, oh, I can't have that. Just from a mindset of, I get to have this.
Changing those patterns of behavior can be very hard. As you talk about the subconscious, it's easier to grab Cheetos than it is to slice fresh fruit. And we do things because, I don't. We won't go into it. The subconscious is a crazy part of our behaviors because
Yeah.
it's at some point in our life, especially when it comes to traumas or things maybe that we feel like we're not good enough for. We result to something easier, which may not be healthier.
Yeah, habits are hard to break. Bad habits are hard to break.
Totally.
Yeah.
But it is, just creating the habits. Habit stacking. It's another
Yeah.
great way of trying to break a bad habit. Taking a new habit and putting it on top of a positive existing habit. It's just, making choices. Comes down to that.
Yeah. Awesome. I feel another show coming on. that happens here. We end up, especially a first one, we're like, okay, we like subtopic out.
Yes, yeah.
And it's hard to stay on track in an hour when you have something like this, especially when the
Has it been an hour?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Just about.
Wow,
I mean,
that was fast.
but to our viewers, like if you were looking for expert advice, honest conversation, or just a little kick in the pants during National Wellness Month, like a little inspiration, you were definitely in the right place for the last
it.
hour. And something I wanted to ask you, and I wanted to ask you in the beginning, and this shifts away as we're wrapping up, best concert you've ever been
I was
to.
waiting for this
Best
question.
concert you've ever been to. I want to start asking everyone this one because it shows a little
Oh
personality.
yeah.
Yes.
We talked about this the other day. Yeah.
Rolling Stones.
Rolling Stones.
Nice. When and where?
Oh my gosh, she was at the Forum with my sister, and that was in maybe 2.
Okay.
I don't know,
So
my
that was
cousins-
probably the
that was a-
first year that they started. Remember they came back out
Yes.
after being gone
And they
for a
were
long
just
time.
out.
Yep.
My cousin just went to them, which was like, oh
Yeah,
my
no,
gosh,
they're still going.
Yes, they're
Yeah,
still
yeah, yeah.
going strong.
I think I might have gone to the same tour, but down in San Diego at Petco Park.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, same tour.
Yes.
Yeah, because they played Angels, Petco, when it was the Forum. Yeah,
That was a cool show. I
that
went
was
with my
the
parents.
best. Did you?
Yeah.
How fun!
Yeah. It was cool.
That's
It
awesome.
was really cool.
Yes, I love the Rolling Stones.
How about first concert you ever went to?
Whitney Houston.
UB40. UB40.
You went to UB40.
Freshman year, right before freshman year of high school.
Yeah.
Into the summer, like the week before. Irvine
Yes. You just hop the
with
fence.
Big Country,
Yeah.
maybe UB40. Oh no, Blind
Blind
Melon.
Melon.
Ooh,
Oh my
there you
gosh.
go.
That was Blind
It's a
Melon
blast
and
from the
UB40.
past.
Oh,
First
that was
concert.
the best.
I went to
Concert
a lot
venue.
of shows in like growing up in
When
high
you were
school
younger?
and stuff.
Yeah.
So a lot of ska shows and going up
Cool.
to Pomona
Yeah.
at the Glass
Yeah.
House, all sorts of stuff. But
Yeah. And then where can people find you? Like if someone wants some advice from you, are you just going to maybe share with us a link
Yes.
on how to contact you?
Yes. And then
And you
my
work with
Instagram
women. I mean, you
Yes.
literally are working with women over 40
Yes.
in health and wellness.
Yes. It's
Like
my
you-
passion.
That is your category of people. That's your target audience.
Yeah, I love it.
well,
I've
I'm gonna
I've been through
encourage.
it.
I'm gonna encourage my wife
Yeah.
to reach out to you
Thank you.
because
Happy to help.
we're having some conversations, and I hope she's okay with me sharing this, but I think she's at a point where she could use some guidance,
Yeah.
and I cannot offer it. I got some notes.
And
I go get some Spironelli or whatever it was.
But you guys are awesome for coming from a place where you want to be supportive to your wives. That's
so
nice.
what did I say in the beginning? I wanted to get everyone to get educated.
Yeah.
And I wanted to become more empathetic
Oh man.
in how to listen to things that may trigger, hey, and I'm not trying to fix everything, or
Right.
I'm not the doctor, I'm not, but I can be a better sounding board, for someone that's going through it physically. I don't know about you, but I feel like a better man today.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're more educated.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I
it
feel
helps with
more
the
educated.
relationship too.
Sure.
I mean, if a woman's going through things, the relationship will change in the household with her husband, and yeah.
And we covered a lot of we surfaced
Yeah.
on a lot of information. I mean, this goes way deeper, and I'm sure you have more information to provide people that really want to hone in on specific things that they're going through. But thanks for being I love that you were finally here, and it's
I
not on
too.
you. It's just getting here.
No, thank you for having me.
As soon as we started doing this,
Absolutely.
I wanted to have you here. So
Yes.
I think it
Thank
was an
you.
important show, and you'll be back. Hopefully, did
Yes,
you have a good time?
absolutely. I had a great time.
Goes by quick.
Goes
right?
by very fast.
Yes. Well, thanks again for being
It's just
here.
natural, right?
It is.
Well, awesome.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. And thanks for watching the show. Hopefully you guys had a good time with Heather. We will definitely have her back, and we will include some information, as Heather mentioned, on this show when we post it, that you can find more information on these doctors and some ways to contact Heather as well. So see you next time.